What is up, guys? Giant01 here with my very first formation guide for FIFA 18. This one's going to be dealing with the 4-3-2-1 formation, which is one of my favorite in FIFA 18 so far. If you guys have never seen one of my formation guides, I go over everything. That includes the instructions, the custom tactics, the type of players you should be using in this formation, and of course strategies to make sure you get the most out of these formations. But if you have not already done so, make sure to check out all my previous videos. Got a bunch of tutorials, basically everything in FIFA 18 from beginner to advanced, and don't forget to subscribe so don't miss out on any future ones. Alright guys, let's start off with the best instructions to use with this formation as well as the ideal players for each position. With the left back and the right back, you want to tell them to stay back while attacking. This goes for any formation. Always like to tell them to stay back while attacking, but it's very important that you guys realize just because you put stay back while attacking does not mean that they won't attack, but it does make them drag back a little bit and not go as quickly up towards the attack. For the left back and the right back, you want to have pretty pacey players with around 80 defending. You want to have around 90 pace with around 80 defending. That is the ideal player for the left back and right back for any formation. Then we move over to the center back, guys. Center back, you want to keep them on default instructions, stay back while attacking, and you want to have pretty pacey players. Always very important, especially in Ultimate Team, to have pretty pacey players, especially for center backs, to help stop that counter attack. I always like to have them around 70 pace and around 85 defending. Then we move over to the midfield, guys, and this is where you guys can customize it to your play style. I personally, in this situation with this Barcelona team, I put Busquets at stay back while attacking and leave everything else on default. Usually you want to get at least one person to tell them to stay back while attacking, your best defender. Now, if you have two players in your midfield that are really good at defending or above average defenders and you don't want them to be attacking too much, you can put another one of your midfielders to stay back while attacking. Otherwise, keep them on default. If you feel really comfortable with your team and with your defending skills, you don't have to put any stay back while attacking and you can keep them on default. Really up to you and your playstyle and your squad. For midfield, if you really want to get the best of it and you really want to make sure that you have a strong defense, I at least recommend one of them to be more of a defender, of a center defensive mid, like a Busquets with around 80 defending, with at least 75 defending. If you don't really want to have that and you want to have more of an attacking presence, you can put two of them with 70 defending and that'll basically be the same. Then we go up to the attackers and in the wings, and again, this one you can customize a little bit. If you have one player that's more of a pacey player, not necessarily the best passer like in this situation, I tell him to get in behind because I don't really need him to stay back to help with passing. I want him to try to make runs and get up there, get in behind those defenders so I can look for him with a through ball since he's really pacey and he can get by those defenders. On the other side, I have Messi, who's also pretty quick, and you could definitely get in behind if you prefer that type of game style. But sometimes I want my players to help out my midfield, want them not to necessarily just be making runs the whole time. And since Messi's a good passer, I also want to use him as a sort of center attacking mid type position too. Lastly, we got the striker, and I always like to tell him to stay central. I want him to be in the middle of the pitch, and usually, unless it was a really pacey striker, I like to tell him to be the target man. Why? Because I want to get the ball to him, and I want him to be looking for the ball, run my offense around him when I'm attacking through the middle. Get the ball to the person like Suarez, and then he's going to always be around there waiting, looking for the ball. You can get him the ball and then look for those wingers to make those runs, especially if you have a get in behind instruction. You can look for those wingers to make those runs. The pros and the cons of this formation. Pros: the width. Love the width of this team. I love how balanced it is. I think it's really good for the attack, and if you put the right players in the midfield, it can be extremely good for the defense. I think it really allows you to maintain possession. The one slight might be that there's no CDMs, but of course, like I said before, you can still plug in a CDM into that CM position and it'll still work very, very well. How do you play with this formation, guys? Very, very simple. You want to attack through the middle. The great part about this formation is width, especially in FIFA 18. It really allows you. A lot of times I've been playing with 4-3-3 formations, and I find that my left wing and my right wingers just are too far away, and it really takes them out of the game. Having players like Ronaldo being in the left wing, sometimes they disappear in the game if you're not looking for them actively. So I love this one because they're a little bit closer together, so you can really do much better possession through the middle. But of course, anytime you're attacking, you want to switch it up. So don't just always attack through the middle. Occasionally give the ball to Messi, go to the wings, cross the ball in, cut inside, switch it up, go on the fast attack, go on the slow attack. But this formation is really good for possession. You can really maintain possession. For the custom tactics, use the one I use as my best custom tactics. I already have a video on it. It works really well for this formation, so I definitely recommend you use those custom tactics if you're looking for one. Now I'm going to show you guys some examples of me using this formation in-game here in Ultimate Team. Extremely solid. You're seeing here, very good defense, able to get the ball and then go on the quick counterattack. Works really well for counterattack as well as slow build-up play with possession. You just saw there, they're making runs. You saw that's the one guy I have as in the get in behind trait, so he's always looking to make those runs, and if you can find him with a nice little through ball, you can really score easy goals, get on breakaways, get on one-on-one opportunities against the goalkeeper and score a ton of goals. Here you're seeing once again, you just see how much people there are in the middle of the pitch that you can really work it from the outside and then look towards the middle, find those players and get them the ball. The spacing is incredible, so I really like it. It's one of the best things about this formation. It's the reason why it's so far my favorite formation in FIFA 18. Just really allows you to pass the ball well and also be balanced in it. Be able to attack through the outside as well as attack through the middle, and that's the key to attacking in FIFA 18. Always being balanced. Don't always just attack through the same way. Don't always just do